Well, today's a special day, and we also have with us a special guest. Suzanne Wilson is with us this morning to share her story in overcoming. The emphasis of our day is in overcoming. And Suzanne was raised here in Houghton, and she and her husband Clint have raised their two children here. She and Clint met in college at East Texas Baptist University when she was earning her bachelor's degree. And they have two kids, Michaela, who's also married to Vaughn, and then a son named Reed. Suzanne taught for 12 years in the Houghton schools, but recently she's opened up a home decor and gift store in Bossier that's called Rosewood Home Market. In her spare time, if she ever has any spare time, she keeps a blog called Limitless Living, where she writes about overcoming. And we've invited her to come and share her story. So would you welcome with me Suzanne Wilson to the stage?
Everything all good? You can hear me? Hi, I am Suzanne. I know a ton of you guys because I'm from here, been here, so I'm really happy to be with you today. I want to tell you about something that happened, well, it's been 27 years ago now, which is kind of crazy to me because I feel like I can't be any older than 27, so I don't really understand how it could be 27 years ago. But 27 years ago, I was 15 years old. And my best friend and I were cheerleaders at Houghton High School. We left a basketball game, and we were taking a friend home down Bellevue Road. On the way back home, we were kind of driving fast. Music was up. It was really fun. And I was driving. I only been driving a month, just to be fair to me, because I didn't know what to do. And we came upon a really hard curve. And I missed it, and we flipped, and we turned until we hit a tree. A lot of things happened after that, but by the time we got to the hospital, it took a little while for me to kind of be aware. But once I kind of came to, they told me that I had a T6 spinal cord injury, and if you're like me, I didn't know what that meant. But what it means is that when my back broke in that crash, it severed my spinal cord, which is something that can't be fixed once it's like damaged. And so, I just remember just having this really deep peace. And I feel like, I know there was a lot of prayer that was happening, like, during those days when I was kind of unconscious. There was a lot of prayers of our family and our friends, and I could feel it when I woke up. And every time I talk about Jesus, I cry, so you just have to bear with me. But, when I woke up, there was just like this deep peace, and I was kind of like, well, okay, well, what does that mean? Because I wasn't hurting anywhere, but I had a lot of injuries, like my leg was cut real bad, but none of it hurt because I couldn't feel it. And so I was just kind of like, well, okay, well, when am I going back to school? And so it was a process, surgeries, I was in rehab. I went back to school in about 3.5 months. And the crazy thing is that during that entire time, it was just, I don't know, it's like a miracle because I can't explain it. It's like, I don't know why, but I just felt at ease and I had a joy. And I've had that ever since. I came to know Jesus when I was 8 years old, and I was raised in church, and so I really feel like that everything that happened between 8 and 15 kind of brought me to where I needed to be in that moment. Sorry. But, so anyway, had a lot of opportunity in my life. You kind of think, when people see me, I think at first they're like, oh, bless her heart, but really it's been such a blessing in my life because God has just continued, he's been with me and he's continued to bless me during that entire time. So I just trust him. I'm not always perfect at it because sometimes, it's hard to trust God when, things aren't exactly the way that you want them to be. But I've learned from experience that when I will trust him, he takes care of everything else. So in that moment of my darkness, that's what I did. And since then, oh my gosh, he's blessed me, so much. I've met an awesome guy when I was in college. We've been married 23 years. I got that wrong in first service, but it's been 23 years. And we have two children, Michaela and Reed, and Michaela's now married to Austin, so I have a son-in-law, which is like, what? Anyway, it's really been a blessing, and I just want to tell you today that it really doesn't matter, like, what's going on in your life, because we all have struggles, and, you know, I have a deep joy, but every day is not the best. You know, when I run into gravel, I get mad about it. Like, I don't like gravel. I do not, like, really. And so, you know, but my faith has really carried me through. And, you know, today we're talking about overcoming. And, you know, I think you're continually trying to overcome. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, now I'm not struggling really with my disability, but I'm struggling with other things. So it's always something that you just have to trust God and know that you can overcome. And I have two verses that I wanted to share with you because really they're just kind of like my life verses. So I just want to share them with you before I go. The first one is Psalm 3:3, and it says, "But you, Lord, are a shield around me, my glory, and the one who lifts my head." And whew, that makes me cry every time I read it or say it. So, and then the other one is, blessed is she who has believed that the Lord will fulfill his promises to her. And that's in Luke 1:45, I think, if I can see. But anyway, thank you for being here, and thank you for inviting me, and happy Easter.